Selling your house is stressful, especially if you're desperate to move, and probably the last thing on your mind is giving your home a makeover, but that's exactly what it might need. Now, my mission is to give lifelines to the owners of unsellable properties by giving them simple yet proven real estate tips to turn their unsellable houses into really quick sellers. This semi-detached home has an open concept main floor, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. This house has been on the market almost 6 months and hasn't received a single offer. It's listed at the bargain price of $419,000, and the homeowner is bewildered at the lack of interest. She needs to get out of this money pit, and I said I'd give her a hand. 31-year-old business analyst Simone bought this, her first house, a year ago.
Everybody was, starting to get their own place, and I felt like I was getting up there in age, and I, wanted to have property before I was 30. So I went out and found me a house.
Yet Simone barely spends any time in her house and realizes she'd feel much better living in a condo.
I want to move to a downtown condo now because I'm used to having someone always around me, hence why I always have my friends hanging out.
But while she waits for a buyer, her home is bleeding her dry.
I put in about $70,000 into the house based on renovations. I had no money for furniture, I had no money for vases, I had no money for pictures, nothing.
Simone is desperate. She can no longer afford her mortgage payments.
There's been over 100 showings. It's been on the market for 6 months, and I don't understand. Not one offer.
Everything is at stake if she doesn't sell.
I could probably keep this house for another month, and that's barely making it.
Simone's neighborhood is a hotspot for young families looking for larger houses with affordable price tags. There's a farmer's market, good restaurants, and a community center, all within a half-hour subway ride from downtown. Houses here get snapped up within 14 days, yet Simone's house has been on the market for a jaw-dropping 6 months. This house is realistically priced and it's in the right location, so why no offers? I want to get inside and find out. Ooh, what have we got here? A load of shoes. It's the first thing I notice when I walk in the house is the shoes. This is quite strange. Not only is the buyer's first impression a granny's dining room, there's more. There is a bathroom in there, a loo. Who puts a loo next to the dining room table? Imagine how awkward it'd be. You're having a dinner party, someone goes to the loo. Oh, it's so weird. Look at this wall. You've got a huge expanse of white and not a single picture on it. It's really, really institutional and cold. It doesn't feel lived in, this house, apart from the shoes. Tell you what you need in this sitting room is one more sofa. Not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sofas in not a very big space. And what are 2 wall brackets doing on the coffee table? Nice big eating kitchen. You've got dining room, kitchen, breakfast bar. This house has way too many places to eat, and I don't usually say that. Nothing says buy me like dead foliage. Wow, the sticker is still on the inside of the oven. This kitchen never gets used. I hope upstairs has something to excite the buyers. Afraid not. This room is an empty box. Not a great first impression in the master bedroom. The linen, old paisley fabric. It feels quite granny-like. Yet more shoes. The shoes are escaping from the cupboard. It looks like they're sort of marching out. You want to tidy these things away. This room is a real dichotomy. You've got old and dark, and then you've got sort of fresh and young. It needs to have more of a balance. This house has real potential to be a great family home, but at the moment, it's cold, it's dated, it has zip personality, and I'm not surprised no one's taken it. Unless we put the love back into this home, it's going to remain unsellable for a long time. If Simone wants to avoid another 6 months without a sale, she needs to listen hard. Simone, when I first walked into this house, 30 pairs of shoes in the dining room alone.
Wow, I never counted.
Right, because this house is quite strange. it doesn't really feel like it's very lived in. I mean, take the kitchen, for instance. The sticker is still on the oven, which would suggest you've never used the oven.
Yes, that would suggest it's correct. I have never used my oven.
You've never used your oven. Buyers really get a sense of that when they come around the house. It feels quite cold. That could be something to do with the fact that you painted it a nice bright white colour,
yes,
but there's not a single painting on the wall. What's with that?
Well, when I finished renovating the house and I was tapped out for money, all the, the nice things of owning a house, like buying your vases and buying your paintings and really making it your own, I couldn't afford to.
Well, I think the thing about it is what you've done is you've done the structural work, putting a loo by the dining room, which is slightly eccentric, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I definitely would not go to that loo if I was sitting around the table with my friends.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just going to go a metre away and go to the loo while you're eating. And I do think 5 sofas in that area is overkill.
Oh, okay.
And then upstairs, again, I think it could feel a bit more young, because it's probably going to be a young couple who's going to buy this house. And at the moment, it just, again, it feels a bit old, a bit institutional, a little bit drab. Are you prepared to make some changes?
Yes.
Good. Don't look so nervous, Simone. Simone's renovated 3-bed house has been on the market for 6 months and hasn't received a single offer. She is desperate to move into a condo because her house is just too big and expensive for her to maintain on her own. And the longer it's on the market, the deeper she's dragged into debt. So I want to go and have a chat with Sonny, the real estate agent, and make sure he is doing everything in his power to get this house sold. Sonny, in that time, how many people have viewed the property?
Wow, Sophie, we've actually had over 100 viewings on this particular property, a lot more so than any of my other listings.
What is it about the decor that you don't like at the moment and you don't think is popular with the buyers?
Well, as far as flow of energy and the color tones and the patterns that have been selected, they really don't match. There's no symmetry there. The flow of energy is blocked by excessive amount of furniture being present in rooms.
Now, how have you communicated that to Simone?
It's kind of hard when you're calling the same person every week and saying the same thing over and over again.
There's not a lack of feedback. Maybe she just hasn't explored all the avenues. Is that right?
Correct.
So we're going to deal with the design side now, but what are you going to do from now? How are you going to market the house to them?
Well, we like to send out an abundance of email blasts to general public. We do post ourselves on several websites, portals that even the public like to view in order to find a home in the local area.
So will you take new photographs once the house is completed so you can put them on your internet site?
I can't wait.
Okay, very exciting. Simone hasn't listened to her agent's advice. To make her see some sense, I'm taking her to a comparable house that was snapped up in 5 days.
Okay. It's very country-esque. It's definitely not my style.
What I like here is it's a logical progression. You've got the sitting room, dining room, casual eating area, kitchen, and that's what buyers expect to see. Now, before you wrinkle your nose and go, it's not my style.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like most about this house? It feels cozy, and that is what is lacking in your home at the moment.
Okay, I'll say that I understand that, but again, this is just not my style, so I'm trying to get past that.
Let's go to the kitchen.
All right, off we go.
What do you think?
Definitely not my style. The green and the brown and the red, and the appliances are kind of old.
The appliances are a little dated and it's not high end, but because it's all finished off, or all ties in, it looks warmer and more inviting than your kitchen.
I understand where you're coming from. I do kind of get the cozy feeling because it's the small kind of nook going on here. So, I get it.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
It might be not your taste, but it is clean. It is decluttered. It has matching linen and it looks good.
It's clean.
It's clean, it's finished, it's tidy.
There's no shoes.
There's no shoes running out of the cupboard. At the moment, your bedroom is unfinished, slightly untidy, and a bit granny-ish.
It's granny-ish?
You've got a paisley bedspread.
I happen to like that bedspread.
It does say granny, though, and you've got quite dark furniture.
Yes.
Now, I know that people like this style because it's sold in 5 days.
Oh.
for 7% over the asking price.
That's fantastic. So this is what we'll be able to do with my house?
We are going to make it inviting and warm.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, come on then. Hallelujah. Now contractor Anthony Sayers can start on the desperately needed work. Anthony, will you tell Simone what we're going to get up to?
Okay, well, the first thing is we're gonna make the front room the living room, okay?
Okay.
But we need to create more usable wall space. So we'll do that by removing the closet door and making a new opening in the dining room here.
Okay.
Don't worry, we are qualified.
Professionals?
Professionals,
Okay,
yeah.
just make sure.
Okay, and then I'm also gonna do a built-in shelving unit in the alcove so that the whole wall will be flush.
Oh, okay, that sounds kind of cool.
Anthony, what are you going to do with those bar stools?
I'm gonna take the bar stools and I'm gonna cut the legs down so that they actually fit underneath the
Okay,
counter.
great,
okay?
that's good.
So I'm gonna add a backsplash to the entire wall, and it'll just help highlight the countertop and your beautiful appliances.
Oh, that'd be great.
What we need to do to this house is give it better flow, make it look lived in, loved in, more modern, so it's going to appeal to a young, funky person like you. We need to get you to a condo. So are you prepared to roll up your sleeves and get the job finished off?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's get her done.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Most of Simone's clutter is actually shoes. Clearing away these distractions, no matter how large or small, gets potential buyers to focus on the prize.
It's gonna feel really weird to come into a home that's gonna feel completely different from what I'm used to. So it already kind of feels like a different place.
Simone is desperate to sell her house and begin a new life in a condo. So to kickstart interest in this property, I brought in the Unsellables team. Things are well underway, and as promised, Anthony is closing up the closet doorway in the living room. Aha, you've got started on the door.
Yeah,
Is it easy? Would I be able to do it?
of course you can. It's fairly easy.
That must be so satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Next, we have to take the actual door jamb out.
Once that's done, we nail in the studs in the drywall. To finish, we sand and add paint, covering the evidence of what was there before. In the sunroom, the new paint is in the same tone as the rest of the open concept main floor.
This color choice, I never would have picked it, not in a million years. But now that it's on the wall, I'm kind of like, not so bad.
Anthony's working hard on those bar stools. I've been told to bring you this. What on earth does it do? It says it's made in England, though, so I know it must be vital.
Well, I need it's a miter box,
Yep.
right? I'm gonna cut these bar stools down, the legs.
Because they're way too tall for the island. And so basically the mitre keeps the saw straight.
Yes,
Brilliant.
exactly.
Cool.
It's just like a guide, right?
Yep.
So we just do that.
Oh, fantastic. Let's hope buyers take to the new soft colour in the master bedroom as much as Simone has. Not one to shy away from lots of work, Anthony is now on the kitchen backsplash. Marking the wall ensures the tiles will be laid evenly.
I need some glue and a special trowel. Okay, so now I've laid out some glue. I can actually start sticking the tiles on.
Anthony's laying tiles from the centre and working outward. You're guaranteed a tip-top professional look no matter who finishes the job.
Do you need any help there, or?
Actually, my arm is about to fall off, so you can take over for a little bit.
So I'm just doing like circles? Is that what I'm doing?
Wax on, wax off. No, you're just getting rid of the slightly wet grout on the outside. I think I need to join a gym. My arm's hurting after 12 minutes of sponging.
Yeah, you need to develop those muscles, girl.
I tell you what is the best for strengthening your arm muscles. Blow drying your hair.
Oh, really?
Yes. This show's not just about design tips, exercise tips as well. Now that the large renos have been tackled, we're converting Simone's dining area into a clearly defined living space that appeals to buyers the moment they walk in. And in what used to be the living room, we're making room for a dining area and putting the closet door discreetly under the stairs. We're moving the island in the kitchen to create a casual eating area.
Go.
Oh, gosh, it is heavy.
It's on my toe.
Oh my God. Don't do that.
Upstairs, the improvements to the master bedroom are shaping up without breaking the bank. Replacing the linen with a more modern design lifts this room out of the doldrums. The second bedroom is a blank canvas, so all we're adding in here are fresh linens with matching wall hangings. Buyers will be drawn into the room by the bold designs on the bed. Several last-minute details will have Simone's house looking like the haven young professionals are looking for. First impressions can really make or break a sale. You want potential buyers to be getting excited as they're walking up to the house, and that means the porch has to be clean and clear of debris. So I've put some flowers up and I'm giving this just a lick of paint, and soon we'll be looking very smart. Buyers will be looking at every detail, so don't leave any unfinished areas. Even a bottle of wine on the shelf is a simple but elegant touch. Setting the mood is so important. A display of candles has dramatic impact, and the light is not only warm and soothing, it's also the most flattering. This house is going through an enormous change, but will buyers respond to the new look? It is amazing what we've achieved in this house with such a tiny budget. Simone's renovations added value, but then the money ran out and she was left with nothing for the decor. We've picked through her eclectic donated furniture, redistributed it through the house with dramatic effects. This home is now spacious and bright, and I think pretty soon Simone should be condo bound. The minute you walked into Simone's house, buyers were greeted with a front room that had a case of mistaken identity. But now it's gone from granny to gorgeous. We've repositioned 2 of Simone's own sofas to create a modern seating area. Covering over the door to the closet has created more wall space. Topped off with new paint, throw cushions and curtains, this room makes a great first impression. Further into the house, the sitting room was chock full of sofas. We've now made a proper dining area, again simply by moving Simone's own furniture around. The kitchen table is now the focal point. We've put the closet door in here and built some freestanding shelves. The new paint, light fixture and draperies make this room pop. Simone's kitchen was old and institutional, but we've moved the island in here to add counter space and a place to grab a bite. We spent just $94 on the kitchen backsplash and framed some inexpensive fabric to add colour to the walls. In the sunroom, we've slip-covered a few dining room chairs and added some cushions. The master bedroom was quite the turn-off. Even Simone's shoes were trying to run away. So, replacing the mattress with a proper bed, as well as 21st century linens and furnishings, helps buyers imagine themselves sleeping here. Full-length drapes, art and soothing new colours on the walls breathe life into this room. It now gives off a sophisticated ambiance potential buyers want. The second bedroom was an empty box. Not anymore. The daybed has new linens and throw pillows with my favourite poppy red designs. The use of space when preparing your home is key to making a deal. At a total cost of just $4,023, we've proven that a relatively small investment up front can potentially have a huge payoff later on. If you've got an open concept house, make sure your furniture matches. A ragtag collection of old and new pieces is not pleasing to the eye. Buyers need to be able to see that their furniture is going to fit in your home, so the flow of a room is really important. The awkward placement of doors or too much furniture can be a real turn-off. Decluttering should not leave your house looking like a boring white box. Personal effects add interest, make your house look lived in, and mean it's more memorable to potential buyers. What will Simone think?
Oh my gosh. Holy cannoli! I feel like I'm looking at a place out of a magazine. I think I have an amazing chance of selling this place finally. And anybody who wouldn't want to buy this house is insane.
Simone is convinced, but what about potential buyers? Come on in. Thank you. Well, this is the sitting room, as you can see.
What a change.
You've been here before.
We have.
What were your first impressions last time?
I think we were a little disappointed. Today, I would say that it is a lot of what we had expected before and then some.
Come on through to the kitchen.
I don't even know how to describe the changes, but I have to tell you, this is pretty impressive.
Come on in. What are your first impressions?
Having a 2.5-year-old, I love this open concept.
Yeah.
It is just a great idea to be able to be in the kitchen and see them.
Yeah. Come on through to the kitchen.
The beautiful kitchen.
Wow.
This is the master bedroom.
Oh, wow.
Closet doors.
Yeah. We have salvaged the majority of Simone's furniture, and we've made the most of every inch of this house. The result, it's light, it's modern, and most importantly, it's move-in ready. This is exactly the turnaround this house needed to become sellable. Less than a week later, Simone sold her house for a whopping $20,000 above asking price. We've turned this house from unsellable to sold.